On this week's episode, we talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah, the new MCU movie.
And other pop culture news of the week. So, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi! Okay, the new MCU, the new Marvel Studios Disney movie. It didn't surprise me much from the trailer. It has a lot of the Marvel tropes of always.
Yes.
And well, how do we start this? Let's do a spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll try to avoid the big ones, but honestly, a lot of them were in the trailer anyway.
Yeah.
And but yeah, spoiler alert.
Okay, so Shang-Chi is a really old character. He's of Bronze Age. He's like in the 70s, I think. He also known as the Master. In fact, I knew the character when I was a kid as Master of Kung Fu. Mm-hmm. And I talked to some people this week. It's like, hey, I never heard of him. So I was like, yeah, maybe you heard of the Master of Kung Fu, you know. So he's in the books. His father, the Fu Manchu, marries an American lady, and he uses genetic experiments on her, so that's why he comes out with power. So he also starts training really young. So there's something that there's in the movie, but
yeah, it's completely different.
But it's besides that, the movie is completely different. So what Marvel did in this one was what they do with pretty much every property they do in the movies. This one they probably did an extra. But the thing was, they picked this character that was like obscure from a long time ago, and tried to develop in something new and hip and cool and full of action and special effects. And I don't know, they do that to everything. Maybe they shouldn't. I
don't know, it's earned them like gajillions of dollars up to this point.
True.
It's proven to be kind of a winning formula. Wasn't Iron Man kind of a like bottom of the barrel?
Yeah,
like,
but Iron Man
hero.
Sure. I mean, all the Avengers actually.
Yeah.
Even worse, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Sure, but on Iron Man's case, the story was more like, you know,
I don't know.
Faithful to the books.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
When this is like they change completely. They create a relationship between him and the main bad guy who's not a bad guy. But yeah, let's go through the plot like real quick and simple.
Okay, so as we've established, just forget everything you read in the comic books. We meet. Okay, really short, simple. Sean is living in San Francisco. He's a valet. His best friend is Katie, who her family is from Hong Kong. They're kind of like they enjoy their life, but they're getting a lot of criticism and flack for these dead-end jobs. And then all of a sudden, one day on the bus to work, bam, this Sean gets attacked by like some crazy talented dudes, and it turns out, what? He's an incredible martial artist, because his parents are no ordinary people. His dad is this guy who's lived for 1,000 years. Kind of hinted like he was Genghis Khan, like he's been operating this Ten Rings organization, sometimes like in the open, sometimes in the shadows. He's got lots of his own powers, all that stuff. And his mom is from a village in another dimension called Talo, and they guard like great secrets, and they guard this gate to the dark something. And so his parents obviously taught him stuff, and anyway, it turns out his dad is trying to track him down and bring him back. They go to Macau, they meet his sister, it turns out his dad is trying to like find his mom, who's supposed to be dead but isn't. So they all end up back in Talo, where there's this big climactic final battle as his dad tries to open this gate to let all these soul-sucking demons out. and Sean, who's actually Shang-Chi, has to, with his sister and his friends in the village of Talo, they have to basically save the world. Also, there's a dragon.
Yeah.
That's the really short version.
Yeah, and so there's that. The movie is entertaining, it's funny, even though some of the jokes like they felt like flat, like big time. But most of the usual Marvel movies humor is full of humor. I read somewhere someone said, "Oh, the movie is full of emotions." I was like, not really.
I felt like it was full of emotion, but there were moments when like the emotion was getting really intense, and then they cut to a joke, and it would break that, and I don't mind humor. I enjoy humor because I'm a human being, and it's how I deal with stuff. But I felt like they were just really misplaced.
Yeah,
like,
but even in the called comic books, there's time for big emotions and tragic and drama, and not always probably. I mean, not always someone's gonna interrupt with a joke. Even Spider-Man, he has like super tragic stories in the books. Anyways, but yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining. Some of the tropes that all the Marvel movies have, which makes them all the same. For instance, the villain is not fully on villain. He redeemed himself when he married this girl and had kids, so he's a good guy now. But then she dies, and the tragedy makes him,
sends him back to the dark side.
And it doesn't quite send him back to the dark side because his motivations is to find his love, because he keep hearing voices. It's his love calling him from the afterlife to go and get her back.
Yeah. So never mind the fact that he essentially ignored his daughter and trained his son from the age of 7 to be an assassin. Never mind all that.
So he's fooled by demons. So they kind of try to get the blame out of him and make him empathetic, and then he has to fight his kid to save his love of his life, and it's kind of annoying that Marvel and Disney did villains before. They did movies like forever. They made movies and they always had bad guys. But now it's like the bad guys are extremely empathetic and they're not that bad. It's like, oh, if it was you. And then they don't even worse on the prequel side, In the prequels they give origins to the bad guys. Oh, Maleficent is not that bad. This is because this really happened to her. Yeah. I
don't mind a tragic backstory for a villain.
All the time?
But there's that. But also like how people react to it. Like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, Killmonger, your backstory, like, it's sad and it sucks and it's not fair. But you don't get to murder a whole bunch of people because of it. Or, I mean, same with Thanos or with this guy. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Your wife died. It's terrible. You don't get to beat your kid and call it training. Like, it doesn't make them a good guy. And then, like, they make it even worse. Like, it's so hypocritical. So in this one, at the beginning of the movie, there's, like, this cool fight scene on the outside of a skyscraper in Macau. Very cool. High stakes. He's throwing people to their deaths. Like, plummeting to their deaths. He kills a whole bunch of people at the beginning. And this happens a lot in these kinds of movies. Where the minions, that our hero kills a bunch of, like, faceless minions, no problem. But then when it's time to kill the actual bad guy in a moment that could save the world, and he knows it, then he's like, I can't. And I just feel like that's hypocritical. Like, if he's got a problem with killing, fine. But at least make that consistent in the movie. Make that part of his character. And not a sudden crisis of conscience like, oh, but you're a main character. You matter. It doesn't work for me.
Pretty weak plot device, just it happens when they need to happen. It's like, hey, but I saw him killing 300 people behind it. Anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the issue with the villain and the deconstruction of the characters, as I mentioned before. Shang-Chi is the son of this different bad guy who's actually a bad guy that is big in comic books. He was linked to Iron Man since Iron Man 1, he was deconstructed on Iron Man 3, and on this one they deconstruct him even more, and they even bring a connection. The guy from Iron Man 3 that was pretending to be him is there just for the comic relief.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they thought that was hilarious. It was funny, but it was not like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, we have to connect. On how they also had, they tried to connect things to the MCU about, in this world we live, that people, half of the population of Earth suddenly disappear. I was like, I was trying to connect to the,
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, it kind of.
Also Sokovia.
Yeah. It's like poor writing, mediocre. But there's good things. The cast is really good.
Yeah.
They work well. They everybody, even the bad guy who's not really a bad guy, he does the terrific. He does a great job. He's a great actor. It's not his fault that the writing is crap. The main character does really well.
Yes.
I don't feel like he speaks much. I don't feel like.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, there's
Now that I think about it.
Because it's the superhero, the main characters in other movies, they have like, a lot to say, and sometimes they say things like really impactful and important.
Yeah.
This one, he has a lot to lose or to gain on the thing, but he doesn't speak much.
Yeah, he's a man of action.
Pretty much everybody speaks for him. Awkwafina is great. She's funny. There's some great moments.
They are. I really liked what they did with her character, and I thought her relationship with Shang-Chi was something that it was different. They were, but I don't know. I liked what they did with her character. She had her own, I think, her own development that made a lot of sense, and she was like an actual fleshed out character, and not just like a tag along or a sidekick. Yeah. But then they kind of did her dirty at the end. Like, there was this moment where like she could have continued that in a way that would have made so much sense, and instead, like, throughout the whole climax, we just had like half a dozen shots of her like staring in shock at this guy, which made no sense to me. I'm still kind of peeved about that. But everything else about her character and the way she performed, I thought was great.
Yeah. I have nothing against having friends. I think is good for characters as well. But I don't know, at the end I think I feel like they were like so close, and there's a joke in the beginning, like, when are you going to get married? Because they together all the time. They go to karaoke's and fight clubs, and
they work together.
They work together, it's like at the end she leans on him, and when a certain character at the end of the movie comes to call him, for his take his place on the pantheon of heroes, he calls her too, and I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like could be a romantic relationship there, but it's another sort of cop out. They don't make it clear and obvious because maybe in the next movie they're gonna reveal that he's not into girls or she's not into boys, and to fit checklists. So they leave in the middle, ambiguous. In this one was quite a lot because they were really close. They were really good friends, but nothing goes beyond that. And we it's not.
I feel like things changed for them at the end.
Yeah.
But not. It wasn't super clear. Like the way they were like leaning on each other.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like right there in that moment after the battle, they were like full on leaning on each other. And it's very sweet. But it does seem like there's something more there. Like they're finally acknowledging, oh yeah, I have other feelings for you. Yeah. And in that last scene at dinner, they're kind of holding hands. They're interacting in a different way, but it's very subtle and. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and again, that's okay.
It's kind of like they leave it open, which I mean. Just to fit a narrative in the future, if they will. If not, anyways. What else?
I don't know. It's about. There's cool kung fu and some very like mystical type kung fu where there's something I noticed there. The good guys, when they start their kung fu, kind of sweep their foot to the back.
Yeah.
Which was like the opposite of Ip Man, who does this like sweep of his foot around the front.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a kung fu thing
it's
or
very
cinematic
Chinese
reference.
kung fu movies.
Yeah.
And you have Michelle Yeoh, she's there.
Yeah.
She probably, I cannot say for sure because I didn't check details, but she's kung fu. She was a queen of kung fu in Hong Kong, so she does kung fu. I assume she did her own stunts.
She's always has done in the past.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
So I would assume,
she's
yeah.
getting old, so maybe not because she can't, but when you're famous and when you're worth, you don't wanna, break a leg on a simple sweep. So yeah, no, there were some cool action scenes, but one of the main problems with the movie is the trailer. The trailer shows a lot that take away from the movie,
Yeah.
Some
There's
surprises
some moments that should have been that were just I saw that before.
Even though if you a comic book fan, if you know a little bit of the character, or the characters that were mashed up and put in a blender to make this movie, Mandarin, the Ten Rings, there's the dragon, there's all that there. But one funny thing was like in the beginning was sort of a crazy rich Asians, because the guy is taking his girlfriend to back home to meet his family, and turns out that the family is really rich. I was like,
yeah.
Anyways, and then it moves a little bit more towards like Pokemon.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, when all the creatures come.
There's magical creatures, but there's no pressure whatsoever to catch them all.
Yes.
Or to catch any of them.
Except Morris.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, also known as Shang-Chi, the Ten Rings.
Legend of the Ten Rings.
The Legend of the Ten Rings is available everywhere. And apparently the Ten Rings were around all this time, It wasn't destroyed after Iron Man 1 or Iron Man 3. And they made them a big organization now. And there's on the post-credits as the Ten Rings will return. Yeah. And who knows, it could be a thing for the U.S. Agent and Black Widow and the shows to deal with. It could be a movie. Who knows? But anything else?
I don't think so. There were lots of annoying things in this film, and things that just annoy me about the MCU in general. But like the MCU in general, I really did enjoy it. It was a fun movie, despite the moments.
Yeah.
So go see it. It's fun. I think it does stand out from the rest of the MCU a bit, maybe just because of the setting or the theme, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. If anything, it doesn't hit you in the face as much as some other characters, even small characters, are known enough that's like you can't do that, right? To a character. In this one, it's so obscure that like when they do, it's like okay, fine, nobody knew this guy, anyways, nobody cared. But there's another one big change to the character. It's like he at the end he gets the power, he gets the rings of power, and it's like he's super powerful. And when in the books he's like really good at martial arts. His powers towards that more than like superpowers. And superpowers that they hint that might be connected to the Eternals. That we're not involved in anything, but for some reason we're now finding crap that they left behind. Anyways, but one other trope that comes in this movie, there's like very recurrent in Marvel movies, is you have two sides of a battle, two good guys and bad guys, if you may, and they engage in fighting, and it's supernatural. You could have all the good guys fighting using kung fu, and the other guys using machine guns, you know, and
and they would be evenly matched.
Oh, so, you know, something less super powerful. And this one's like this: the bad guys show up with, you know, super high tech guns, and the good guys have dragon scale to fight, which is like it becomes like a battle of technologies and superpowers and colors. You know, blue is
Magic.
evil, red is good, and you know it's another trope that you know martial arts kind of movie. It's you know, I feel like it's every time it has to get that big, you know. I mean, if one side is big, sure, yeah, someone is gonna have to fight the other. But like both sides suddenly become like super high tech. It's like, why you guys didn't show up to help? You know, Thanos. I mean, it's like the both sides become so big. There's like, everybody in this planet is so high tech that.
Well, Talos not on this planet.
Sure.
And they're busy doing. I don't know. I feel like in this case they kind of explained it.
But
Talos
the
has
other
like their very
side-
own responsibility.
Yeah, but the other side had like super high tech guns. It's like, you know,
yeah.
it's like.
Well, they're evil. So.
Yeah, but it's like now every evil guy have, you know. I feel like I felt like it would get realistic and you know sorts of fights and the clans fighting two clans, one on that other dimension and one a clan of ninjas. That happens in the books quite often with the hand, with the tentacle. But it turned out to be like a kind of a video game kind of fight. You know, everybody has their attack, and you know, and then everybody gets together to fight the bad guys, the
other bad guys,
all the bad guys, and their attack doesn't help much. You know, the attack of the bad guys is nothing.
It's true. It's useless.
Yeah. But
anyway,
you know, it's another thing that happens. It happens all the time. You know. At least it was not the Iron Fist trying to protect the secret city of Kong-Lu. But it definitely had the vibes. They do work together in the books. But he was not involved. For Marvel probably wants to make sure you're going to forget about that.
Yeah, I think we'll all be better off.
Yeah.
If we just let that one go. That was such a disappointment. No, this one I enjoyed. All of its issues aside, like a lot of Marvel movies, if you just like don't overthink it, don't think about it too hard, just go along for the ride, enjoy it, laugh at it, ooh and ah at the spectacles. This one has gorgeous sets and fun costume design. Also, the people of Talos seem to have an affinity for chacos. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but
for what?
Chacos, it's a type of sandal.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It just looked like they were all anyway.
I don't know when the bad guy shows up to like when we first meet his son after many years. He shows up in the sandals. I was like, yeah, respect. Yeah. Shang-Chi,
Anyway.
The Legend of Ten Rings is available everywhere. It's not available on Disney. Disney decided not to do that thing. I don't know. Maybe for this one they should. I don't know. At this
Scarlett
point.
Johansson.
Okay, so connecting, since you mentioned Scarlett Johansson and Disney, there's something I forgot to put in the script. The whole lawsuit is creating this issue that the Russo brothers might not direct another Marvel movie.
Really?
Because of the whole situation. So, yeah.
Okay.
So
good to know. So someone else will take over.
No, they have nothing scheduled.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
it's this whole thing is creating a situation that apparently they wouldn't.
Okay.
But it's the kind of wouldn't that they might be just saying that to take ScarJo's side, to help her get her money, to look good. But down the road, Disney comes with a boatload of money and it's like, oh yes, of course.
Or even just to pressure
Politics
Disney to
exactly, I'm saying
to switch
help,
around,
to help Disney, to help ScarJo to get from what she deserved from Disney, and yeah.
Well, and I guess more than that, it seems like this lawsuit from Scarlett Johansson is, it's having a much bigger impact than just her getting a bigger paycheck. Like, this is an industry issue. And
yeah,
she's kind of forcing people to consider that.
yeah. It's an issue.
I don't know if that was her plan going in, but
it's kind of an issue because of COVID, because the whole release the same day.
Yeah.
It's created for COVID is new, so.
Yeah, but this lawsuit is now forcing, like, it's making sure that everybody else in the industry is also able to benefit from those changes.
Yeah. Or not. They might, end up losing in the contracts. Anyways.
It's true. We shall see. All right. Well, let's stick with Disney and movies for a little bit. Vacation Friends. This is a summer vacation comedy.
Is that Disney? Why?
No, it's Hulu.
Oh, okay.
But it's movies. It's sticking with movies.
Oh, movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Considering there's Hulu and Disney owns pretty much everything.
Pretty much, yeah. So Vacation Friends. This was a really funny, silly, like summer vacation comedy that premiered on Hulu a little while ago. And it's doing really well.
A while ago? I think it was last weekend.
Yeah, I said a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk more into your ear.
Based on the script, an old script that was like shelved, and it was like people were waiting to produce. Originally, it was supposed to be Will Smith and Nicolas Cage. So time moved. They both moved and did other things, and ended up being John Cena and Lil Rel.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's dumb. It's a really good thing to watch late at night because it's just dumb and funny, but in like a really good way. It's getting a sequel because it did really well. Yeah, I had the
best weekend premiere on Hulu for comedy, and it's a bit of the movie is funny. It looks funny. They're funny people. And also capitalizing on the success of John Cena. He's at the movies hitting everything out of the park with Fast and Furious, Suicide Squad. It's the summer of Cena. Yeah,
good for him. He's doing a good job. Speaking of former pro wrestlers, Dwayne Johnson's Jungle Cruise has also, I guess, done well enough to get a sequel, which is not at all surprising. It's a Disney movie starring someone who's proven to be really good at the business side of Hollywood. So it's barely news, but
doing well these days. Because they had to lower their expectations and numbers very much because COVID and the whole situation of closing theaters, reopening theaters, streaming, people not going to theaters even when the theaters open. So there's all that. So maybe the movie wouldn't be as big as in the regular summer, but in this one it was enough to get a sequel.
Yeah.
And again, The Rock is another money-making name.
Yep. Yeah, so not a huge surprise, but if you enjoyed that, there's more to come. Also, in the sequels category, it turns out that Expendables was not in fact expendable. And there will be more.
It will come back for a fourth one.
Yeah.
Stallone and Dolph Lundgren, Jason Statham. Maybe there's some new names, Megan Fox and 50 Cent.
Goodness.
And who knows, maybe everybody that was in the other ones. Because why not?
Why not? Okay, so that's happening. Even more sequels, though, are getting delayed. Mission Impossible 7 and Top Gun. So really, this is just Tom Cruise's...
Paramount.
Paramount.
There's more.
Yeah?
Yeah, what else?
Oh, yeah, Jackass Forever.
I think there was but Paramount is holding back their movies.
Yeah.
Because of concerns of the Delta variant.
Yep. So Mission Impossible was supposed to come out Memorial Day of 2022, but it's been moved to September. And then Maverick, the Top Gun sequel, was supposed to come out in November, but now it's coming out on Memorial Day of next year. So we'll get to watch that trailer for a few more months.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else there?
No.
Good? Okay. So while that's going on, we've got a couple of events coming up. that we're excited to attend.
Yes, we have next couple weeks coming. We have the FanX, the Salt Lake City Comic Convention, Comic Con. FanX.
Yeah.
That's the name. That's the official name now. It's coming and it's exciting. There's a lot of interesting people coming and there's always like great cosplayers and great people around.
Oh yeah.
And
I think especially this year because it was canceled last year because of the event which shall not be named because I'm tired of it. So yeah, I think there's a lot of like pent up energy and cosplayers just desperate to get out, and I'm excited to see that. So that's coming at mid-September, and then a month later is DC's Fandom.
Yes, the virtual convention where DC exposes all their new coming movies, TV, video games,
comics.
They don't do much
statues.
Comic books.
Well, they talked about some.
Did they talk about? They talk about past things. They didn't talk about new things.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Either way, it's basically just like a really it's just like a whole bunch of panels where they talk about DC content. And I really enjoyed it last year.
We already have like a teaser posters, like John Cena posted this teaser posters, Peacemaker on a car with a sticker saying Fandom, and it's like see you at Fandom with a license plate Peace, PSS, Peace Maker. Yep. Because among the things that are gonna happen, you're gonna see probably a new trailer for Batman. You're gonna see a teaser for Black Adam, a teaser for Shazam, Fury of the Gods. You're gonna see a teaser for Peacemaker, more on the video games, teaser for Injustice, the new DC animation. So yeah, good times are to come. So that is October 16th. Yes,
just
next
FYI.
month. Yeah.
Okay, Batwoman on CW is adding Poison Ivy, and they've cast Bridget Regan, who actually looks like Poison Ivy.
She looks good. She definitely is a good casting choice. The show still suck in having Poison Ivy. I highly doubt it's gonna help because, I mean, Batman is gone, but all the villains should be gotten, right? All the big bad guys. Not only that, the Robins, the Batgirls, Nightwings, which I guess is one of the Robins, Huntress, every other, it's like there's not Batman left and everybody, okay guys, let's go, let's move to Florida.
It's kind of weird.
And even if the good guys would disappear too, the bad guys would stay, and there's all those bad guys to deal with. And first season didn't have basically none.
There was some was all Alice.
Yeah. Second season also, and suddenly Poison Ivy is back. Unless everybody is locked up in Arkham and they're gonna suddenly start
suddenly staying in Arkham for more than
because Batman wasn't able to keep them in Arkham, but 2 Batgirls, 2 replacement Batwoman were able. Anyways, but the casting looked good, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. ABBA,
Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah, and I guess it's not really taking a chance on them, but after 40 years, they're coming out with a new album and doing a tour.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a total mood shift from the whole like Paramount delaying everything by like 6 months. ABBA's like, yeah, we're gonna do a concert tour.
Yes, the doubles from Sweden. They 2 couples, right?
They might have been couples at one point.
They siblings. They all siblings, right?
No.
You sure?
Definitely sure. One of them's from Norway.
One is from Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sibling that decided, it's like, I don't want this anymore. I'm going to Sweden. Then I'll do the ones.
Anyway, Swedish supergroup ABBA. If you've missed them, don't worry.
Yeah.
They're coming back. I started following them on TikTok just for kicks.
Yeah? They have TikTok?
Yeah. There's an official ABBA TikTok with a blue check mark and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been very funny. Teasing lots of this comeback.
And while you wait for the new ABBA album, you can always go to Netflix and watch Fire Song. right? Is it?
Oh my gosh,
That's
yes.
sweet. That's in Sweden, right?
No, it's Iceland.
Oh, never mind. So don't watch.
But a lot of the same energy, and definitely watch it. That is one of the most random, hilarious
It's
films.
in the story, right? They
Yes.
decided to start singing because it's playing
He saw
ABBA.
ABBA at
TV.
Eurovision.
It was on Eurovision? So,
Mhm.
they competed? Oh, they didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
else would a super Swedish supergroup
You become super
leap to the forefront?
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, ABBA's so great. They have no business being as good as... Anyway, so they're coming back. So there's that. Again, total mood shift. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I guess
Oh,
we'll ever watch
yes.
Carnage?
Carnage. It's going to
Yeah.
be PG-13. So,
Yeah.
I mean...
I kind of assumed R for this one.
From the trailers, you see, Brock and Venom singing along and making breakfast. I was like, oh yeah, there's no way this is gonna be R. I mean, I guess it still could. It could be funny. It could be R. Deadpool
It's
did
true,
that.
yeah. There is a lot of room for that.
Yeah,
for like the
but is
swearing
it
and the violence and the
true?
violence and the swearing.
Yeah, but Sony gonna play really safe because it's their
Yeah.
Golden
make no
Goose.
money
The
on it.
Spider-Verse is
Mm-hmm.
is what they there's even rumors it's like not really realistic rumors that Disney would buy Sony because of Spider-Man rights. But it was Sony Studios. They couldn't buy Sony because it's a technology conglomerate that makes everything, including movies and music.
But the entertainment side.
I think they still own the Beatles and they still own Michael Jackson.
Really?
Because Michael Jackson owned the Beatles
Yes.
catalog, but Michael Jackson died, and I don't think it went out to the state. I think part went back to Sony. So it's So that's not the case of actually buying Sony. PlayStation alone. About PlayStation, I finally got a PlayStation 5 and played Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Sony, Spider-Man, PlayStation is all connected, and it is. It took me almost a year since the release.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
But we got it.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a changed man. You can barely recognize him.
But so Venom, let be Carnage is like let's fight, but maybe not Carnage.
Yeah. Let there be a moderate amount of carnage that is appropriate for teenagers. So, anyway, we'll see. Dune is starting to get some reviews, and people are loving it.
And there's a new trailer.
Critics are loving it.
And there's a new trailer, and it looks intense.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff that might be in the book. I didn't read the book. But some stuff that is mentioned in the movies, in the preview, in the original movies, in this one, it actually gonna happen. Something like, this battle is like this was not really, because the focus of the stories is Poe and the girl, I can't remember, the group of, I don't remember anything by the way. But anyways, but it seems like they're gonna have battles, big battles, epic, beautifully done, and
so epic and so beautifully done that like universally the people are saying you have to see this in the theater. Well, maybe not universally, but a lot of people are saying you have to see this on a big screen in the theater. So if you're going to see one movie this year in the theater, see this one. This is the one, the director, this is like a project of love and passion from the director. He did Blade Runner 2048.
40.
Yeah?
Isn't it 49?
49? Whatever. He did the Blade Runner sequel specifically as practice for, like, that's how dedicated he is since. He did a whole other movie just to practice and warm up for this movie. And anyway, I don't know.
But he was also paid for the practice.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, for a lot of people, like, that would be, like, that's the goal. But, like, that was his...
Yeah, I know. But
that was
Blade
his
Runner
prep
was
work. Like,
beautifully done, and this one looks very good.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I haven't finished the book yet. I started it. I got a lot of work to do, but I can't wait. It looks incredible.
You have a month to finish.
Yeah.
Because you want to see the original movie too, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whew, a lot to do. Grey's Anatomy is coming back for season 18. Good grief.
Yes, and that's not the news, is it?
It's not, because who else is coming back?
Oh yeah, it's Walsh, Kate Walsh.
Yeah.
Is coming back for this show. That never ends.
Never ends. So Kate Walsh was McDreamy's wife at the beginning.
I do speaking Greek to me. I don't know who you're talking
okay. She, remember Patrick Dempsey's character?
Yeah,
he and
McDaddy. No,
McDreamy.
McDreamy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said.
Okay. Okay.
And so he starts dating Ellen Pompeo's character Meredith Grey. And then Kate Walsh shows up and it's like, oh yeah, this is my husband, and everything falls apart and there's drama because Grey's Anatomy is a medical drama, heavy on the drama, and anyway, so McDreamy's dead, but Kate Walsh is coming back.
That doesn't stop him to come back, If they're going towards, and it seems like they are going towards the soap route, you can always come back. It's like, I'm his twin brother that he never mentioned.
They could.
Yeah.
They could. Anywho, AMC is doing a Dark Winds adaptation, so this is something else from George R.R. Martin.
Yes, and Rainn Wilson's was cast for this character. I don't know the details. But,
I don't know anything about
an accountant or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And talking about accountants.
Yes. Ooh, good segue.
There's a sequel coming for The Accountant, the movie with Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick.
That's
and
right.
John Bernthal, I think that's how you say his name. Really good movie.
Yeah.
And after so long, nobody talking about it, comes a sequel.
Yeah,
There's no details, I think. There's no details about Affleck or Bernthal coming back, so we'll see.
Okay. We will see. I really enjoyed the first one. And I do like Ben Affleck. He's a good actor. And he tends to be in good movies. A movie I've been waiting for a long time finally has both a trailer and a release date. So this is called Red Notice. It's coming out on Netflix on November 12th. And it stars Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, when it comes out?
November 12th.
Yeah, that's one to break records.
Yeah.
Because these three together.
Yeah.
Netflix gonna kick out of the. I don't know what's going on. What's coming on that weekend at the movies or on live. I mean, it's not Thanksgiving yet. Yeah, it's gonna be big.
It's a spy thriller. And, I mean, even without seeing the trailer, I've wanted to see this for a while as I've seen the three of them mention it on social media, because, just that cast, I'm sold.
Yeah.
It could be a garbage screenplay. It would still be fun to watch. But it sounds like it's actually going to be pretty good.
And Netflix is getting some good ones. So there's just one about to come out. That just came out. It came with Benedict Cumberbatch called something about the dog. I can't remember. It's a Western, which is... Some people saying it's very, very interesting. He's doing really well. So Netflix is they're gonna be releasing movies every month now, and they have a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. Amazon has a good lineup too. So we've got a premiere date for the Wheel of Time series, November 19th. And I didn't watch the trailer, but I just saw this one, a screen grab from it. Rosamund Pike is in it, which I probably knew before.
Main character, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I got excited again because I forgot.
You got lost in the Wheel of Time.
I did, yeah. The Wheel of Time turned and just took my brain with it. Anyway, so we've come full circle now. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... a lot coming in November, I guess.
Yeah, one more about Netflix. All the episodes of Seinfeld are gonna come.
Yeah.
180 episodes are coming to Netflix.
Yeah. October 1st. Do you know how much it cost them to get all of Seinfeld?
No.
$500 million.
Yeah, I remember the Hulu deal was one of the most expensive. This one too, okay.
Yeah, they're trying to fill in the gaps that are left by Peacock and HBO Max, taking out shows like Friends and The Office.
The Office was big, and The Office is still doing big on Peacock.
Yeah, but those shows used to be on Netflix and be doing big for Netflix. So now they need something else to fill that in. And Seinfeld is it.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, especially if they could convert that in 4K.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean, it
gosh.
doesn't make a difference. The footage is so low, has so low that, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see the junior mint.
Yeah.
Or anyway, okay. So Nielsen's is the agency company, whatever, that does television ratings, and apparently they've lost their ratings accreditation, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Suspended? What's going on?
So yeah, there's this whole controversy going with Nielsen. I can give you more details later, but it culminated with they losing their national accreditation,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
All right.
This is the way of measuring things these days. Is with streaming, with TV, digital TV that you watch everywhere. It's not like back in the day they would put a box in people's houses to measure how many people are watching, and they would estimate and do a percentage of blah 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 blah, which is changing. So there's nuisance and all controversy about it. So yeah, they down for now. We'll see what happens when we follow up the next episodes.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think so. I guess we see you next week with more pop culture news and entertainment. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.